What's your name?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. This is yours.
What's your name?
Lee.
Lynn?
Lee. Sometimes, when people say, like, oh, I love your hair, what's that all about? I don't want to say anything, but the rule reminds me that I gotta do it. And more than enough times, I actually am glad I had that rule. So number one is I create something new every day. Number two, I wear it from 9 to 5. Because the idea is to make me uncomfortable. And then number three, if somebody questions, or if somebody says like, hey, what's that all about? Then I have to engage in a conversation, tell them what it's all about. And then as I close that conversation, I have to ask, what's your name? Because until you actually ask the name, that person does not exist in your world. So it has become a social experiment for me. Like, can I make a relationship? Can I make a connection with the people that I don't have any agenda? Can I just make a friends with somebody who's curious about your hat? If you want to come in, you have to come now. Okay? So you can sit down. Well, should I start with my name? Well, I'm Lee. So I have changed in my career path. About 5 years ago, I transitioned from engineering to design thinking. And my friend Tracy is the one who introduced me to it. Design thinking, to me, is a tool or a mindset to allow you to see the world through different perspectives. I don't think I have ever met a professor like Tracy before. Right now, she's working on opioid crisis in Ohio. And one thing that really inspires me about Tracy is she cares, but she actually cares enough to do something. And this whole thing began as a strange thing. It was Saturday morning, and I was going to a workshop in Dumbo, and I now live in the Bronx. I was going to the subway, and I got a Facebook notification reminding me that it was Tracy's birthday. I have forgotten birthdays many times. My husband's birthday I have forgotten many times, but for some reason this particular instance really bothered me. So I looked around and there was a dollar store. So I went in and there was pipe cleaners. So I took a package of pipe cleaners and I made a tiny birthday crown. Compared to this, it was tiny. And I wore it and I took a selfie and I sent it to Tracy just saying, happy birthday, Tracy. She was like, oh my God, I love your birthday crown. And I decided to wear it throughout the day. For the whole day, I felt like everybody was looking at me. And then I thought, how many times do I do that? How many times do I look at somebody and make a judgment based on my experience? And that's when I kind of thought, maybe I should do a project. I'm gonna do a 1-year project. Every day, I'm gonna make something new.
Wearable Tracy.
Wearable Tracy? Do you like it?
Yes.
Do you wanna take it off?
No.
No? No matter what, when I'm getting on the train, I have to start making things. I make a decision whether I'm gonna make a mask or a crown. Usually the shapes, like whether it's a cat or things, comes after. All right. Takes about 45 minutes to make one, but no matter what, 9 o'clock when I get out, I just start wearing it. From time to time, I will hear people saying it out loud. What the f was that? People will say it out loud. It hurts. There was a point that I became from fearful of what people will judge me to expecting something new will happen. I have given away more than 300 hats. It's just hat to me, but it's so much more to others. So I think it was like day 50, day 60, around that time. I had an idea of creating something with aliens. I don't know why. But I want to put 2 antennae that is going to send signal to the universe. And the person came to me and says like, what is that hat? And so I told her, oh, I make this every day, and this one has a name. This name is I'm putting myself out there to collect lost souls, and I'm sending a signal. Do you want it? And she was like, no, I cannot possibly have it. I said, no, you can have it. After 5, I give this to people. So she was like, you have no idea what this means to me. I am so glad you're giving this to me because my cousin committed suicide several weeks ago. And to me, it's a signal that his soul has been collected. So I think people give meanings to the things, right? And that encounter made me to think about what you do will give comfort to someone who is looking for answers. And 364, day 364, I think I was sitting here like this with my husband, and I think he was really happy that the next day is gonna be the end of this craziness. That's when Hannah said, what are you gonna stop? And she got really upset. And she was like, no, you cannot stop. And I realized that although it was an embarrassment to others who, look at me, how adult could do things like this, it was actually a pride for her. And so I asked Hannah, Mommy's challenge is done. So if you want me to continue, then you and I have to collaborate. And she was like, what do you want me to do? So I said, well, I want you to be my inspiration. And she said, well, what is an inspiration? You draw every day. So, if you draw a story, then Mommy will take a look at it and I'll make things based on what you drew. Cat, bird. Mermaids. Horses.
And a snail. I just make it.
I love the fact that we can create something together. We don't spend that much time. So having something that we both can say, this is us, this is ours. It looks nice. Yeah. It has evolved into something that I never expected. I didn't expect it to give me so much stories, or connections, or things to reflect on. I learned so much. And now people ask me, so when are you gonna stop? And I say, I hope that they never come, because in the beginning it was for her, right, to remember her birthday. But as it was transitioning into something very different, it was about making connections with another person, complete stranger. She told me once somebody asked her, how do you feel about that? And she said, I don't think it's about me anymore. I think it's about humanity. Is a lot more about what we can do as just regular human beings, being curious, being open. The fear of judgment turned into, who am I gonna meet today? What's your name? One? Lee. I stopped making wearable traces. Last time I made one was March 10th, and that was the last time I went into work. And ever since I started working from home, I stopped making wearable traces. Hannah asked me, hey Mom, how come you're not making any more wearable traces? I still draw. I still draw every day. So you should make a wearable tracy every day. So on April 3rd, I made one before my first virtual meeting, and I wore it. And a strange thing happened. I got on the call, and people dial in, and my colleague, he saw me with my Wearable Tracy, and he just started laughing, and he said, there still is some joy in this world. And then the following Monday, I made another one, and I got on the call with my other colleague, and she also said similar things, that seeing me wearing Wearable Tracy just makes her happy. We all want to see something that was before COVID, that we could just go out, meet people, and laugh at silly jokes and silly things that you see on the street. And somehow seeing me, although it was virtual, made them to feel a sense of normalcy. After COVID-19, what changed? I'm realizing that whether it's virtual or in person, this crave for some sense of connection, some sense of joy is still there. And I'll try my best to continue making one until I have to order some more, because I'm running out of pipe cleaners now. But yeah, so things are different, but certain things are still the same.